and that's the way I want to proceed.
Thank you. Do you need your question repeated? What solutions do you believe are available to fund whatever wastewater program Islamorada decides to implement, and what is the best way to move forward until such funding is provided?
As you all know, if you've been following my comments in the papers and whatnot, I am very skeptical that any significant funding is ever going to be available from either the state or the federal government in a timely fashion. We locked ourselves in on September 14th of last year by assessing the entire village to completing a central sewer system for which that assessment was imposed within a reasonable period of time, and that time period has been figured at 5 years. The state of Florida in the latest legislation removed the end time limit on that $200 million that they were going to issue bonds for Monroe County to work with sewers. There's no end on that. It used to be $50 million a year for 4 years. They realized they couldn't meet that standard, so now they've taken that off. Since I am so skeptical of further funding, and because a central system is overwhelmingly expensive at $25,000 plus per household, I have been doing some research, as some other people in the village have, about on-site systems. They have benefits, reuse, you control your sewer, you can share them with a neighbor, and their cost for a 750-gallon-a-day system that would meet all state standards for on-site system 10-10-10-1 is well under $20,000 at 750 gallons a day. Your vacant lot can go on it, your neighbor can go on it, and you can go on it.
Time. This one is for seat 4, and the first one is going to be Mr. Johnson. Question 6. When we have resolved our wastewater issues, what do you see as the next important community project to move our village forward?
When we've resolved our wastewater issues, we need a big party. Big party. I mean, there are so many issues in this village that it's unbelievable. But aside from wastewater, I believe that's the essence of the question. Aside from wastewater, I think we have other issues like a $21 million debt, $6 million payroll, $2.5 million in professional service, a manager who gets $50,000 more than any other manager. I think a legal staff with about $1.2 million last year, in engineers that are drawing $100,000 a month just for administrative services and not engineering services. Basically, I think our salaries are top heavy, and we need to bring them back in line with other communities. After wastewater is over, I don't think that the question should be after it's over. I think while this is going on for the next 4 to 8 years, I'd love to see the village debt reduced and eliminated, and that would be the big one after that's over. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gillis?
Would you please repeat the question?
Thank you. When we have resolved our wastewater issues, what do you see as the next important community project to move our village forward?
I think stormwater is a major issue that needs to be undertaken. It's another major issue that we'll need to get the state involved with. And also, I think it's important to get, because we live in an area of critical concern in our waters, that we can get them involved. I think as time goes on, we will see better progress on the sewers and making it more cost effective, and therefore the payroll will come in line. Addressing the heavy payroll, saying that our legal staff is only as expensive as the litigation as we put out there. The legal staff is actually very cheap on the in-house issues that they do for us. We actually only get charged for one lawyer at a time. On a rare occasion, there will be 2 lawyers charged at a time, even if we have 2 present, only while their time is served. while they're answering questions or whatever, do we get charged for them? We get charged no travel time. If you check in other communities, this isn't necessarily true. But to simply answer the question, I think the next big issue will be our stormwater. Thank you.
Thank you. This is for seat 1, and the first one here is Mr. Bates. Question 6. That seems like we've used that one before.
Yeah, but he didn't answer it before. He didn't answer it before.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
It always is. It's question 4. Okay. When there are community disagreements over major issues, how would you decide what is best for our community?
Boy, you can't ask a better question to me. I am a strong advocate in engaging our intelligent and active community in everything from polling to referendums. I will answer your emails and your phone calls, unlike the current council. The staff should better serve you. I think you need real leadership. We need to bring this community together, and we have a fantastic future here in Isla Mirada, and we've got a lot of people that have a lot of great ideas, and I can harness those and work for you. I've taken polls, and I have them here, of exactly what you wanted in the village 4 years ago. And the village council has ignored your wishes. I know how frustrated you are. I hear your cries. And I will definitely work for you, and your voice will be heard with my candidacy. And you will be able to choose your own future with Paul Bates as your councilman. Thank you.
Thank you. You need the question repeated, Mr. Eschenberg?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Number 4. When there are community disagreements over major issues, how would you decide what is best for our community?
I think the most important thing to do is to reach out into the community and try to understand both sides, where they are coming from, what their concerns are, and how we can best resolve the issue. I have been paramount in my administration as mayor and as a council person in the position of going to Key Largo. And initially, I had been opposed to going to Key Largo and wanted to do our treatment here. The people of Isla Mirada spoke strongly, and I realized that this is a quality of life issue. People do not want treatment plants in Isla Mirada, so therefore I changed my position. Another one was the tennis club. We were going to buy the tennis club. We were close to buying the tennis club. Again, the people cried out. We did not buy the tennis club. Thirdly, and perhaps most importantly, the rancor that existed between Isla Mirada and Key Largo over the wastewater issue was very strong last summer. I led with Susie Hamaker a joint meeting which calmed that rancor and put us on a road to reaching an agreement for them to treat our wastewater. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes round 2. For round 3, we start with seat 3, and the question is number 5. And the question goes to Mr. Lenza. Number 5. Elaborate on your approach to the environment through such methods such as waste management, recycling, water use, etc.
I think the village has come a long way in the past couple of years.